Deep in the shadows of a remote forest, a man and his family reside in an isolated cabin. He runs the TikTok account WV Paranormal, driven by a series of eerie encounters that pushed him to set up cameras around his property. Then, late one night, one of those cameras captured something so unnerving that it made his blood run cold. From the depths of the forest's black interior, a gray figure emerged, its form horribly distorted, like something twisted out of nightmares. Its unnaturally long, thin arms stretched forward, unsettling in a way I had never witnessed. 5 days later, the camera sent another alert. This time, the footage offered a bone-chillingly clear glimpse of whatever abomination had been skulking among the trees. The figure emerged again from the darkness, moving slowly in a way that made my skin crawl. Its unnaturally long arms and gray, sallow skin were impossible to mistake before it dashed to the right and vanished into the black. I'm certain now this thing was no animal, which leaves only two possibilities. It was either a ghost or a very pale stranger in desperate need of sunlight. Sometimes, the real horror isn't in what you see or touch. It's the sudden jolt of terror and the lingering tension that seems to whisper all around you. On November 15th, Angela is alone in the house late at night, her baby finally asleep in the crib. All evening, the baby kept staring at an empty corner of the room for what felt like ages, then suddenly bursting into tears. Angela tried to ignore it, telling herself it was just a strange infant habit. But around 10 p.m., her phone buzzes with a motion alert. A person has been detected on the back patio. When Angela checks the footage, her heart nearly stops. What she sees chills her to the core, and she realizes that perhaps her baby's odd behavior was not so innocent after all. A ghostly figure of a young girl appears near the door, her presence lingering before slowly fading into the shadows. The way she disappears makes it clear this isn't just a trick of the mind. Angela becomes deeply terrified for her daughter's safety and decides to investigate further, heightening the unsettling atmosphere.
Okay, so this is the area, the door that it was like standing inside. We don't have anything or keep anything in this area because it's a walkway and it would be really awkward. And then this is where the security camera is. So when I looked at the footage, I expected to see a person. I didn't expect to see that though.
Angela carefully recreated the scene, positioning herself exactly where the girl had stood. But this time, she was nearly invisible, and the curtains didn't distort her image. Who, or what, was that shadowy figure lingering by the door, only to vanish into thin air? Angela still couldn't explain its presence, but one thing was terrifyingly clear. She was convinced it was the reason her baby stared blankly into space and cried uncontrollably. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Mukaelo set off on one of his routine ghost hunts for a client in need of a house cleansing, never suspecting the lurking dread that awaited him. He soon found himself overwhelmed by a surge of eerie, unexplainable occurrences. Take a look. In the dim hush of the hallway, the old wardrobe groaned open and slammed shut, again and again, its hinges releasing a hollow rushing sound that sent chills up Mukaelo's spine. He forced himself to stay still, unwilling to disrupt the spirit's eerie game. He was determined to gather proof for his client. At last, the restless rattling ended with a final echoing thud. Most ghost hunters would have quit then and there, happy to collect their pay and be gone from that haunted place. But, despite already having enough evidence, Mukaelo found himself drawn deeper into the mystery. He wanted more, so he pressed on. He wandered through the quiet house, its corridors heavy with an oppressive silence, until he stumbled upon a cramped, filthy room that looked neglected for months. A soft, uneasy laugh escaped his lips when he saw the decay, realizing the owners would have a monumental cleaning job, even if the house wasn't inhabited by restless spirits. But they had greater worries than dust and cobwebs, for the home was undoubtedly possessed, and what happened next would leave no doubt of that terrible truth.
Камера дрожит.
In the flickering half-light of the room, a wooden stool slid across the floor by itself, making a low scraping sound that sent a chill through Mukaelo. He stared in disbelief, expecting to feel that creeping cold and oppressive darkness that usually follows a spirit's presence. Yet, he sensed nothing, and it remains unexplained to this day. After returning home, Mukaelo received his payment, but the next job presented itself sooner than expected. Out of nowhere, his business phone rang and Mukaelo snatched it up, never one to miss a potential big payday. He was right not to ignore it. On the other end was Sebastian, a wealthy man offering $5,000 to purge his house of something evil. Mukaelo agreed without hesitation, and what he found inside that house was far beyond anything he could have imagined. Just like in the last house, the closet creaked and rocked as if tugged by an unseen force, sending chills down Mukaelo's spine. He realized both homes were cursed by the same malevolent spirit, and that to banish one, he would have to banish them both. This unsettling footage comes from Stephanie Johnson, a mother who was live streaming with her child when an abrupt, chilling incident forced her to end the broadcast immediately. The event caught Stephanie completely off guard, but her daughter was even more terrified by what happened. They'd been live streaming inside their empty house, just the two of them, when they informed viewers they'd be taking a 5-minute break. That was the very moment something deeply disturbing was captured, bringing the stream to a sudden and alarming halt.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. We're gonna be back in 5 minutes.
I'm not scared.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared.
All right, before you go, say Happy New Year.
I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared.
Of what?
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. Of my own life.
My gosh.
There's not a ghost, you psycho. Did you hear that? She said she's afraid of the ghost. Where's the ghost?
Gosh.
Where is it? Where's the ghost? Show mommy. Point to it. You're fine. Where is it? Point. Is it over there? Is it over there? Is it over there? Where is it?
Gosh.
Where's the ghost?
Gosh.
Where? Is it Grandpa?
Yeah.
It's not? What's the matter? Okay, come here. Do you see what I deal with? What happened? See?
Stephanie abruptly ends the live stream in a rush, desperate to calm her daughter. Something awful must have startled Charlie. When the young girl cries out about a ghost, Stephanie tries to shrug it off as her grandfather's spirit, maybe hoping to ease the terror. But then Charlie bursts into an even more panicked state, insisting it wasn't him. If it wasn't her grandpa, then what in the world was it? Some viewers claim they felt a presence lurking in the video, while others think it was all just a momentary fright. Still, the raw fear in Charlie's reaction is undeniable. Whatever she saw or sensed was intense enough to trigger a sudden, uncontrollable outburst. Neither Stephanie, nor anyone who has seen this clip, can pinpoint the exact cause of her terror. So, what do you believe really spooked Charlie? Italian paranormal investigators, PIT, decided to return to Giacomo Zagato's notorious haunted house, never imagining it might make them doubt everything they believed. Known by some as the most haunted house in the world, it didn't earn that title by long shadows across the walls, and their gadgets stand ready to speak with whatever lurks in the dark. What did they find? It was like striking gold in the spirit realm. With the team sitting around the table, questions flow into the stillness, and everyone waits, hearts pounding, for something from the other side to answer.
Dai, dici qualcosa, dici se sei qui.
Noi siamo qua e siamo venuti per parlare con te. Sono da solo. Benissimo.
Eventually, a man's voice crackles through their device, muffled but disturbingly clear. The truly chilling part? His words, "Son da solo," which means, "I'm alone." As they continue, the energy in the room surges and drops like a deranged roller coaster. Paranormal readings spike one moment only to crash the next. And if that isn't unsettling enough, then this happens.
Tu sei un uomo. È vero, sei un uomo.
Sei un demone? Ti fischio?
Molto bene.
Sai fischiare?
Guarda che
Guarda.
Dio!
Manifestati.
Muovi il lampadario. Muovi il lampadario. Muovi il lampadario.
No, raga, era una pentola.
Fermi. Bravo. Ok, sta parlando.
Oh santo cielo.
Guarda K2.
Many horrifying events unfold, plunging the entire team into a frenzy and making them shriek in terror like frightened children. A sudden crash, like utensils tumbling of the room, and later, the video confirmed that the unsettling noise was all too real. By now, it's unsettlingly clear they're not alone. Whatever age this spirit might be, its behavior has taken a disturbingly childish or maybe spiteful turn. Because now it's shifting the lines connecting the devices right there on the monitor, brazenly flaunting its presence with not a shred of caution.
Il tuo nome. Guarda. L'ha spostata.
Di brutto.
L'ha spostata.
Ma l'ha fatto 2 volte, ve lo giuro, non sto scherzando.
Perché sei sempre di là?
Quando facevo così. Dai, fai qualcosa.
Di nuovo. Temperatura.
Tanta.
No, te lo giuro, un orso gigante. Ho visto una cosa gigante, un orso gigante, non ho mai visto così.
Dove?
È passato, ha fatto una roba ma velocissima, qua così, te lo giuro, fortissimo.
Dall'albero.
Spirits usually lurk in silence, but not this one. It came right at them, like it craved the pit team's attention. The lines on the monitor jerked and twisted, while utensils clanged out a chilling, ghostly drum solo in the kitchen. There was no denying it. They had stumbled onto something truly sinister in this investigation.
Erano lì.
Mio Dio.
Aspetta che ci
In
penso.
casa. E dov'è
Cos'è?
che le hai viste?
Ma cosa sono, raga?
Sono le palline per giocare. Ma non erano lì.
Dov'è che erano?
Mi
che le ho
sembrava
viste?
che fossero.
What do you think? Could this restless spirit be flaunting its eerie power, sinister force lurking in the shadows of Gimako Zagato's notorious haunted house? Share your theories in the comments below.